there, I'm Becky.
And I'm Lindsay.
And we finally hit record on our candid conversations around conscious parenting.
We're here to talk about all of it.
Ugly parts included.
And share our raw experiences and imperfect insights as we're doing parenting.
Pretty conscious.
In this episode, we're talking about those moments when you're in personal crisis and you have to continue parenting anyways. If this is your first time listening, Becky is mom to E, who's almost 5, and Lindsay is mom to Big Henry, Middle Henry, and Little Henry, who are almost 7, just turned 5, and 1.5. Hi.
Hi, is this your water?
It is.
Can I have some?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You sure can.
Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome. I have a trinket.
Yay, let's do it.
I'm just
excited.
wanted to say I've been reflecting a little bit on how you and I show up in this space. And I think it's similar to how we show up in our relationship. But I just wanted to identify your unique contribution to when we're recording. I just really enjoy how I feel like a lot of times what happens is I get so stuck in frameworks and concept and yada yada, and you bring it back down to earth so beautifully. And you make me / us, but not make, you invite us to sit with impact longer, with how what we're talking about in theory or concept is actually showing up in our life, and for people outside of just you and I. And I just really appreciate you doing what you do, because there's so many moments where you jump in and you just say, "Blah," and wow, I wouldn't stop to think that. I wouldn't stop to take it there. And I'm so glad that it's not just me sitting in front of a computer. I can do that and I have fun with that too in some moments, but this is just so it's so nice to be with somebody who it's not same all the time. And it's lovely to have the differences between us be such a beautiful harmony, in my opinion. And so that was just in the room with me on my way here, in the car with me on my way here. And so I just wanted to put words to it.
Thanks.
And
that feels really nice. I'm trying to receive it in all of it.
And what's happening instead? As you're trying
it's not that I'm not receiving it. It's just that sometimes the imposter syndrome for myself comes up because I admire you so much, and I have learned from you so much, and sometimes I forget that that's reciprocal.
Yes.
And so it's just really, I appreciate that, and I'm letting it put my shoulders down,
and maybe I can extend it even further of please do more of what you do. Stop me more to be hey, Linz, let's stay with this a little longer. Don't, I hear all of your blow up, and you connect it to real life in a way that sometimes I just get distracted and I just go off on tangents.
I love it though.
I like the tension between us and what comes out, because I can feel you itching to say something, and I always can not wait till we get there. And then also sometimes I am just still so in my own head, and I'm oh yeah, I'm just thinking about what else I wanted to say still about it. And I want to be better about honoring when those moments come up, because your voice is everything that you say, because I have the benefit of watching the recordings back as I'm editing and everything. I'm Lindsay, stop. Becky is talking. Be with her in what she's saying. So an awareness for me, a gratitude for you. I just am really grateful for the unique dance between us. And I wanted to speak to the other person who's showing up in this container, and how grateful I am for your unique voice in it.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Was that uncomfortable?
Yeah, I'm okay. It's yeah, I agree that there is this like unique dance between us. And it's funny because earlier on in our friendship, when you would get like a little more like tangential, like on like, like up above and not as like grounded into like, okay, what are we actually talking about? And I used to never like speak up and be like, I actually lost the plot like 5 minutes ago, Lindsay. But now I know that I do. And so, yeah, and it's nice to like have this space with Pretty Conscious of like, yeah, being able to have like you said, that tension between us
Yeah.
of like when you like sort of go on to either like the theory or,
Yeah.
and then for me to like come in with my, I'm like, I'm in a lot of self-judgment right now. I don't know why. I'm like, I'm imagining, this is like, have you seen the reel or the TikTok or whatever that goes around that's like, in England, we call it autumn. In the United States, we call it fall because leaves fall.
That's the visual. I have not seen it, but you described it, I think, really well, probably, because I can imagine it. And
like, we call it an indicator.
And you're seeing yourself like,
yeah. Like, let me like give it to you in the simplest terms.
Oh my god.
But also, I do think that there is like value in both. And like when I listen back to our recordings, I can like feel that like, yeah, there's like the build in and then like the completion of like the different things because it like goes up and then comes back down. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for letting me share that part of just the self-judgment and also like seeing the deeper value of where that judgment's coming from.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks for your gratitude.
Just what's here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so much more fun. And also, I think that that dynamic that we're talking about, I think isn't that so relevant to parenting? It feels relevant. Because isn't that like, I'm thinking about how I go through my parenting journey, my experience as a parent. And it is like, I'm thinking frameworks, I'm thinking concept, I'm thinking ideal practices, yada, yada. And then real life comes in and says, we call it fall because it's fall, It's just, let's make this actually applicable. What happens when you go to actually apply things?
Yeah, because it's never how we necessarily like want it to look. Or think it was going to look. Yeah. And like both are so important because having that framework like gives you the foundation to stand from and like the place where you're coming from. Like I feel like all the framework and theory has given me like my come from in parenting. But then like the like reality of what else is showing up is then what actually comes out.
And it's like, and here's why it matters. And also here's where it goes wonky.
Yes.
Here's like here's where it goes off the rails, and then what?
Yeah. Because there's a lot of that.
And I feel like a lot of times there's these moments where I am talking about something and it's like, and then you come in and you say, and let's remember that there's privilege here. And let's remember like the bigger, like how this fits in and where there are like ethical edges we need to consider, right? Things like that. So I just really appreciate like all of that is so valuable. And I'm glad you don't just leave me on my tangents forever.
It was early on. We moved past that. It was back in our limerence days. Not our limerence, but when I didn't know what limerence meant.
Such a good story for another time.
I know.
Can't wait till it works its way into an episode.
I know.
Okay, should we talk topic of today?
Let's do it.
Was there anything you had for trinkets, or do you feel good?
I feel okay. I think that I'm good to jump in.
Okay. I have such little concept for what today is going to be. but it feels very applicable and appropriate right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like I just really was yearning to sink into the very real moment that is my life and parenting. And that doesn't mean I'm going to share every detail.
Discernment.
I'm sharing so few details.
Yeah.
But the reality is, many of us are, have been, or will be parenting in the midst of a personal crisis, a big transition, monumental even, maybe. And I just kind of wanted to talk from a very not preachy, not teachy kind of place, but just what does that look like? I mean, and I've witnessed you through these moments,
like financial insecurity and depression, and
yeah. And so I just think it's a topic.
I think it's definitely a topic.
And I don't have a starting place.
Yeah.
But what comes to mind? Are you okay if I pitch it to you?
Yes,
first?
please.
Like, what comes to mind for you when you, if it's comfortable enough for you to imagine being in that place again? What comes to mind when you think about parenting in crisis? We'll just call it that for now, knowing that crisis means something different for everybody, but like plug in your own term.
Yeah.
Crisis, low capacity season, whatever. But like I'm talking those like
intense seasons. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking back to when 2 years ago, when I had like a pretty intense depression season through the winter, and was just like extremely low capacity and very little desire for connection, which like this is a very connection oriented way of parenting. And yeah, just like really not open to connection with E, and how challenging it was to show up in alignment during that time, given that like connection is like the relationship is what we're centering, and that requires connection. And yeah, I mean, we got through it, and like we did, but yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking the first thing that came to my mind, just as a sort of framework for these times, is that like a do no harm strategy and framework when we're in low capacity is like, what is the, even if it's not no harm, what's the least amount of harm that I can do here, so that like when I come back to repair and reconnect, that pathway is more available.
This is so bananas to hear back.
Yeah.
Because like you know this, I struggled with like pretty severe depression from like 12 to 23.
Yeah.
And later on in that journey, after I had started therapy, viewing my relationships, like I got to this place where I wanted to shift my relationship to the experience of depression as like, well, this is something I live with. Like, this is just I need to move through life understanding that this is present, and not as though this is an exception to the rule, just like, okay, how can I optimize this as the experience? Because the waiting for it to not be the experience anymore, like that's not panning out yet. And without shutting the door on hope, how do I move through life in a meaningful way with this still with me, and knowing that like it could resurface at any time? And a lot of it was the relational orientation of like, okay, well, when I'm in my lows, like, let's not burn bridges, so that when I'm in my highs, I have to spend all of that energy and all of that effort to repair the damage that was done because of my lows and when I was in my lows. And so it's just really like a just a really bananas full circle moment to hear that come out of your mouth when like I don't think we've talked about that before, but it was one of my biggest shifts during that time. So it's
Was to like stop burning the bridges so that
Yeah.
there was still bridges to walk across when you were ready.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Of like keeping the line for connections still tethered in some way.
Yeah.
Um, which is hard when everything in you is saying like push it away.
Yeah.
I just want to be alone.
Yeah. What does that look like? Like, how do you keep that tether?
Mm. I'm like trying to think back to like that period, but I mean, like I've gone through like other like
Right.
bits where okay, I'm less open to connection now. So like it's like that was pretty like extended 3-month period where I was like just not wanting to connect, but I don't have it all perfectly figured out. Obviously.
I'm not putting you on the spot too much.
No, I don't think so.
I just want to sink into
Yeah.
your perspective.
I know that like finding, because that was like around the time that you were doing your parenting with,
Yeah.
or it was shortly thereafter, and you had talked about the turning glimmers into a glow.
Oh, yeah.
And being able to resource from that. And so not to be like all, you know, gratitude and delight, but finding those moments when it felt like there were none and trusting that even like small moments of connection would be enough to reconnect on later. Like would be enough of that bridge. That there's a lot of trust in that and a lot of trust in myself that this wouldn't be forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like at this level, that it wouldn't be forever and that I would circle back, I would reconnect, I would recenter. That like that was like one of the first big like really having to lean into that like self-trust so that I could stay with it. That like I had to trust myself so that I didn't have to like either go into performance, which like there were so many days where there was just like the performance of good parenting, and the connection like I could feel wasn't there. But yeah.
Do you think you would do that now? Do you think you would
the performance?
Yeah, like because this was years ago.
Yeah. There might be a little bit of that, like a little bit of like the fake it till you make it situation. That like sometimes it's just like if I can get us out of the house, like I'm also so much more connected now to the things that do help me because when this was happening the first time, this was like the first time that I had ever come face to face with like, oh, maybe this is depression.
Yeah.
It's like back, I started on an antidepressant around that time because it was like the first time that I really realized that like, oh, this disconnection that I'm feeling with myself and with others is actually depression.
Yeah.
And I think since then, through my like therapy and a lot of work that I've done, have done sort of what you were talking about of that like, well, depression might just be a friend in my life.
Yeah.
And I need to find ways to live with it.
Yeah.
And still be able to like, yeah,
show up aligned enough.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think that my depression is a lot more like integrated now than it was then.
Yeah.
It feels a lot less terrifying.
Right.
And all consuming. Not to say that like there aren't going to be periods where it does become all consuming again. But yeah, there's just I feel more connected to the things that do help me when I am feeling more depressed.
Yeah. So you have systems in place. You've like created systems around it that support you when you have like anticipated crisis moments.
Yes. Yeah.
You've got more systems in place based on past lessons learned. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like taking those experiences and then just like being able to learn from them and create new tools and things to draw from when inevitably we cycle back, because
Yeah.
it feels like it's always just this constant cycling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as I'm talking about like this like disconnection, I'm realizing that like that is my, because even with like other things that have gone on with like challenges in my relationship with Tyler, and like financial insecurity stuff, and like when all of that has felt really, really big, that that disconnection from E
Mm-hmm.
is the thing that comes back strong in those moments. That I'm never like, oh, I'm having a hard time, I'm going to connect more with my kid. It's always like, oh, I want to isolate and not. And like, I actually don't have any space for your, like, your emotions and your stuff.
Yeah.
I think like when I'm low capacity, that is how it shows up for me.
Yeah.
And like all of these different moments where it's been the parenting in crisis.
Yeah. Wow.
Mm.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
All of what you shared.
I know.
Thanks for exploring it further.
Yeah, it was something that like I hadn't really like I think I've explored in like little ways, but never just like a full deep dive. Not that was that like deep of a dive, but
no, like it's one of those things I know, like, oh, we cracked something here, and it's unresolved, and we'll go ahead and leave it unresolved.
Yeah,
and you'll
like the things will just continue to integrate, and
and it's okay. Like, I think that's one of the uniquely beautiful things about like this container and what we do with each other is like no demand for tidy endings. No demand for wrapping it up nice with a bow. Like, no, that's just
that was it. That's it for now.
That's that.
Yeah.
And more to come at some point, maybe.
Yeah. Like there's just like new things that are like sprouting up, and like as I talk about it, and yeah. Especially as like right now I'm in kind of this like high season.
Yeah.
Where there's so much about life that I'm really like I'm feeling so alive with.
Yeah.
With like forest school, and my husband has a job, and like there's so like I'm really connected with E, and I just there's so much that feels really good right now. And so it feels like I sort of like we just sort of like kicked the soil a little bit, and now these things are like wiggling, so I'm interested to sit with them after this and when I go back and listen and see what else comes up.
Shook up the snow globe.
Yes, exactly.
And you'll see how all the snowflakes fall, and thanks for being open to going there.
And it's like you said, it's not tidy. It's not like I'm like, oh, and this is how I got through it perfectly,
right?
Because that's not what happened,
right?
And
I think that's why I wanted to speak about it, is like there's not a single one of us who doesn't go through these moments. It's like, oh my God, how am I gonna get through today? How am I gonna keep it together enough to like do the bare minimum?
Especially now as E is a little bit older. She was 5, and she like notices those moments now and will call me out on them. Like it was a long day, and Tyler had work, and he went to volleyball after, so I was with E all day. And just by the end of the day, I was very physically exhausted. Even though we had a really good day, I was just like very done, and I still had an hour left. And just and you know how kids sense when you have hit your limit. They're like, and now I need 3 more things. It's just that like there's so much that like why that happens. Nervous systems talking to each other, and they can sense, and we just feed off of each other. But anyways, I apparently got very whiny because E looked at me and was like, Mom, why are you so whiny? You're being too whiny. And I was able to be like, I know. Oh, it just feels so hard right now. I'm just so tired. Like I was able to just like speak about why. and then also bring up like it's actually nothing that you are doing right now. This is truly just me.
Yeah.
That like I am gonna go take a minute and then I'll come back and we will be ready to dive into bedtime.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, it was nice to be. I like those moments when my kid calls me out.
Yeah. I mean,
It
it
can
indicates
hurt,
like
but
safety, but like, yeah,
hmm
the fact that she feels comfortable to tell you,
yeah,
excuse me, you are off
yeah,
right now.
hmm like this is not the norm.
Right.
Um,
Well,
yeah,
and she's asking for coherence.
yeah,
She's asking you to help give her a narrative to help her make sense of her experience, and I think that's one of the things that feels really important about parenting when in crisis. Finding that line, using discernment to find that line that allows for some transparency, enough to help settle the question marks.
yeah,
Like, why is it weird?
yeah,
Like, why is mom so jumpy?
yeah.
You know, like, why are mom's eyes all puffy? You know, like all this stuff that it's not that they don't notice any of
Yeah,
this
they're
stuff.
so tuned into us.
Yes.
Kids are so tuned into us. They have to be.
And I feel like when they're very young, you can get by. And that's not even true, though.
They still
Because
sense
they
it.
still sense it. They just don't know to call
They don't
us
have
out
the
for it yet. And
yeah.
not call us out like it's an aggressive thing. They don't know that they might not be able to put words to the fact that they noticed.
Yes.
But they noticed.
Yeah.
And I am curious in another time if I could look back and kind of track what behaviors come up, particularly in that moment, in those moments that indicate the noticing, you know? And I wonder if there would be any for E.
That would be like the now she needs three more things.
Right. Yeah.
That it's like some of those things.
I wonder if there's like bigger, longer term
Yeah.
patterns
Ooh,
that you could recognize.
Well, because I think
not just you.
For myself, no, I know. For myself, that like that's where a lot of my people pleasing patterns stemmed from.
Right.
Was the lack of coherence and trying to make it okay.
These your question mark behaviors.
Yes. That like when my mom would have that like you know, things going on.
Yeah.
And was upset or off, or like I could just tell she was really edgy. That like because there was no communication to us, the kids, about it. Like I think in my attempt to make it feel better, that's where a lot of the people pleasing, just like try to do what mom needs, came. And I don't want that for E.
Yeah.
And so that's why it is important to go to those, like go to that transparency with discernment, with age appropriateness, with not like not letting them take on what our issues are, but just like letting them know like if you're sensing this, it's because it's true.
Yeah.
And like the amount of like connection to self that is built in that, because for me, so much of my disconnection from myself like comes back to me questioning like, is this real? And like is what I am perceiving between us, like within you, is that real, or is it something I'm making up? And so being able to actually just like put it out there of like, no, there is something here, brings so much safety.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I feel like I just went on like a long tangent.
It makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Everything that you're saying makes perfect sense. The thought that is coming up for me is kind of around like the delta. I feel this strong urge that even when I have a lot of capacity and a lot of energy, I don't do the most from like with my kids, for my kids. Like I will see Instagram reels and things of like, there's a sensory table in the morning and a craft thing on the table at lunchtime, and there's also a bath time activity that's XYZ. Oh my God, that's a lot. And I never do that much.
Yeah.
I never do that much. And I connect with my kids a lot.
So much.
And I wonder if there's a protective strategy in there of like, I know that I'm not capable of that all the time, and I kind of maybe don't want such high highs and such low lows. Like, I don't necessarily think that I want the delta to be so extreme.
Yeah.
That, like, when I'm off, when I
Yeah.
don't have it in me to do more than the bare minimum, that they feel like, oh, why isn't mom doing this list of 25,000 things?
Yeah. Yeah, that
Like,
reminds me.
I don't know if I just want more continuity
Yeah.
for them. And then I also can see how that could be a limiting factor when I do have capacity to do more.
Yeah.
Because like I know it, interesting thought. Like if I can't sustain this forever, it's that perfection piece.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not worth doing.
Like if I can't if I can't sustain this forever, then it's like unsafe to do it at all. Is that a thing? Hold on. Is that the experience? There's something sitting there like wonky, but I think there's more there to tap into.
But
I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems meaty, but I don't know why.
This is can I like share an anecdote?
Yeah.
Around classroom stuff that was related to this.
Yeah.
So I was at a conference and I was at a conference and one of the speakers was talking about like play for the kids and just like having it open-ended and not having it necessarily tied to like our well-being.
Right.
And so like, we only pull paints out once a month on the day that Mrs. Smith is feeling really like good. But instead like the paints are out all the time. And finding like what those things are that you are willing to leave out all the time. Just so that like the play that is allowed is not predicated on like my emotions.
Yeah.
And like, yes, I totally agree with that as like finding our baseline. And then also like life is dynamic and life shifts.
Yeah.
And I want to also bring that into our life.
Yeah.
And so rather than having the paints out and then me flipping out and yelling at you when you inevitably spill the paints or get them on your shirt or get them on Jimmy's face, that like I would rather set the parameters for like what am I open to happening today.
Like I always have art available, and some days it's paint and some days it's crayons.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
That level of attunement
to yourself. Yes.
And that level of commitment to consistency.
Yes. Yeah. So it's like, it's again, it's gray. It's not black and white. It's gray. Yeah. But there's still that consistency piece that I think is what I was hearing that you are desiring, of not having that delta be so big between high days and low days. But then also honoring the fact that there are days where we have more capacity for more, and that's okay. Because the consistent thing is X, Y, or Z.
Yeah.
And like, like I know that what I see in you as a parent is that like that consistency is that you are going to connect with your kids every day in some way. And that like you will play with them in some way during the day. Like I see that every time I'm with you. And so like that's the consistency piece, and like what that play and connection looks like is going to change. That like sometimes it's, playing cards at the table, sometimes it's wrestling. And like sometimes it's the low capacity thing, sometimes it's the high capacity thing.
Yeah. And sometimes it's just banter.
And sometimes
like, on very low days, sometimes it's just Middle Henry said something that could be interpreted a different way, and so I just, are you saying that yada yada, like wrong interpretation here?
Yeah.
Just to lean into the like
playfulness,
goof. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I find myself, it's tricky because it borders on sarcasm.
And like, how much of that do kids get?
Yeah. And so it's very much attuning to my particular child, which
Yes.
I will only do this particular flavor with one of my children
Yeah.
because it's not safe for the others.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel, it does not have the desired
It
intent or the desired impact.
Yeah, it can turn into like bullying
Yeah.
type feel.
Yeah.
So when sarcasm goes wrong,
Yeah.
as somebody whose sarcasm went wrong with a lot as a kid,
Yeah.
it can feel like bullying.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I know that like that banter with one of your kids is like so playful.
Yeah, for one of them, it is one of the most connective things that that I can do.
Yeah.
And it's like one of the most effective mood shifters
Mm-hmm.
and entry points for play and connection through play.
Yeah.
And especially when I'm ultra low capacity, being able to have those little things where it's not even, it's almost the unspoken that everybody knows, like, I can't take it further. But it's almost like an act of goodwill. It's just a gesture.
Yeah.
It's just a symbol of, I still want to connect with you.
Here's this token.
I still want to connect with you. I can't do more right now.
Yeah.
But I still want to. There's still the desire.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not your fault that I can't.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, it's nothing that like you're bringing to the table.
Yeah.
That is like the block to connection. And like sometimes that doesn't feel true.
Say it again.
That like sometimes
so bossy. Say it again, Becky.
Sometimes it does feel like what our kids are bringing to the table is the block to connection, because some of the ways that they're trying to connect with us feel so bad. Mm-hmm. And especially when we're low capacity. Mm-hmm. I'd love to talk about those moments.
Yeah.
So anything come to mind for you of like your kid trying to connect with you in a way that feels so bad and you're low capacity?
Yeah, I mean, in my life, there's so many touch bids.
Yeah.
And when I get low capacity, because of like my personal history, including a lot of physical overpowering, mm-hmm. It is so activating. I want to jump up to the ceiling. Like when I'm low, when I'm in this zone, when I'm parenting in crisis, the last thing I want is touch from my kids. And it's not because it feels threatening. It's because I already feel so unsafe inside. Mm-hmm. I don't, like, it's not that I don't trust myself with the kids. It's just, like, I need to batten down the hatches. And for me, historically, that means no touch. Mm-hmm. That means isolation. Like, that means protect body boundary. Yeah. As well as I can. And so when I'm being invited, not even invited, demanded, it's being demanded of me. Yeah. Like, I have to be in physical connection with my kids. I don't know. I genuinely don't know what would happen to our relationship if we didn't have. And I wonder how much of that is a symptom of words can be really hard for me to access in crisis. And so touch became the default. It's just that once I get to a certain point in crisis, then touch is off the table. Yeah. But it's not. I always find a way to rally. Yeah. It's just that a lot of times it's like, jump scare. Sorry, guys. Give me a minute. I'm going to go regroup and I'll come back for the light touch in a little minute. Yeah. Yeah. It's like it's recognizing that activation, while it was brought on by the kids, isn't theirs. Right. It's not theirs. It's not that Big Henry put his head under my shirt that's driving me. Dude, what is happening? And that's one of his behaviors that I was talking about earlier. Like, one of the consistent indicators that he feels what's going on is that, he starts to engage with my body in really interesting ways. Yeah. And like, just totally unexpected. Like running up to me and putting his whole head and chest, and then like opening his mouth so that I can feel the wetness of his tongue like through my shirt.
I've seen these moments.
You've
I know
seen it? Oh my
I know what you're
gosh,
talking about
yes.
with that, like with the way that he engages
Mm-hmm.
in those like moments.
Yeah. Or it's where he's grabbing me around the hips and then just hanging his legs there.
Uh-huh.
Dude, oh my god. And
Yeah.
it's instant, like it's instant
Yeah.
activation.
Yeah.
Ah.
I'm curious if in those moments when, because I've seen you go into that like, it's not even a do-over because it's not like you like did harm, but it's like that pause where you're like creating the
Yeah.
pause.
Yeah.
I'm curious if like is there a part of your brain, because this is how my brain works, is in those moments when I can access it, I'm like, nervous system science. Becky, bring it in. Bring in nervous system science. And then I like go and like do the things that I like. I'm able to just like see it as nervous system activation, which helps me not label what my kid is doing as the bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious if that happens for you, or like what happens for you in those moments where, like you said, you're like, sorry, I'm so jumpy. Hold on, gonna go take care of myself, and then I'll come back and we can do light touch. If you're open, if it feels safe enough to explore.
I'm not, so when if we're at that place, I'm already it doesn't matter. Like the knowing doesn't matter.
Okay.
At that point, in the moment, my brain, I cannot intellectually connect with it at that point.
Yeah.
And so I like go into an autopilot zone, but the autopilot zone has do no harm built into it because I develop autopilot zone when I'm not in that crisis moment.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so
that's such a good point.
So no, in those moments I'm not thinking nervous system science. Let me like, obviously like that stuff is baked in
because it's like it's integrated.
But I think it's one of the systems things.
Yeah.
Like one of the systems that is built in, not during those moments.
Yeah.
So that there is a part of me that goes, I understand what's happening with my nervous system. And my history and my experience is not the kids to own.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not theirs to be. Like, there's so many layers here.
Mm-hmm.
I know that if my kids are reaching out for connection in those ways that are, yes, often the most activating ways, then that means that they're already being impacted by the way that I'm showing up. And so it's kind of like a trump card.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, if you're coming to me in that bananas way for connection, I know that you need me to find every ounce of capacity that I have to meet you where you're at. If you're putting your open mouth on me, oh my God. Okay. But you're giving your you're giving your Hail Mary. You're asking, Mom, this is my last ditch attempt.
Is this still here?
Please.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is usually those things happen. That's why you see them a lot, is because a lot of times when we get together, we get so in our we're just so deep in our own thing that the kids are like, usually they're doing their own thing and they're having a good time, but also we are not in connection with them. And if we've had like a long day with them, they're mostly hanging out with each other. And then at a certain point they feel the absence, and then they feel the attachment. I haven't connected with Mom in a really long time. And Mom is neck deep in a conversation with Becky still. And then it's
like the attachment alarm gets triggered.
Exactly. And not to say that happens every time. No. Most of the time that is not what happens. But the times that you're referring to,
that like I've seen it. That's so true.
Right? Isn't that what happens?
And we get it
we
picked
up
it with
Big
E
Henry
too
from school, and then we didn't have time. He and I didn't have time to co-regulate because he came home and E was there, and other folks were there, and we just like fell right into whatever play. There was no off-gassing moment. And so then he's coming to me, Mom, I need it now. We got an off-gas now. So,
Mm.
yeah.
I'm curious if we want to talk about the like do no harm plans.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was something that I had brought in a lot with my work with parenting and process when I was like working with folks.
Mm-hmm.
That was really helpful and has been such a helpful thing for me, and I think speaks to
Yeah.
that like autopilot
Yeah.
that you talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is it okay if instead of talking about like what the do no harm plans are, if
Yeah.
we like talk about what are part of our
Yeah,
do no harm plans?
for sure.
One of my big ones, and I'm curious if this has to do with your not wanting to connect with E in your moments too, because I am hypervigilant about not using my kids for my emotional regulation and not using my kids to help me feel better. And so sometimes I will pump the brakes during those moments where, like, just speaking to the current crisis.
Yeah.
It's like my attachment system is on fire.
Yeah.
And so I want soothing, I want relief. And I could go to my kids and snuggle, and I could lean in and ask them to do, oh, can I have extra hugs and kisses, or can I have extra whatever. I could lean in and it would feel better for the moment. And obviously I'm prioritizing their well-being and the importance of them not carrying the weight of my crisis in that way. Not denying that the crisis is there,
Yeah.
but not having them feel that they need to do anything different if mom's in crisis, unless it's something I explicitly ask for, which is like, things like, hey guys, I have a really important day at work. I need to set us up for success as best as possible. How can I?
Yeah.
How can we get you to the place where you can just walk and have it not be an issue when we go out to Forest School today? Sorry, these are real conversations I'm having
Real
with
life.
Henry.
Yes.
It's like, dude, I need it to not be an issue today. How can tell me now so I can help you?
Yeah. And that's coming from like collaboration and working alongside.
Yeah.
And I totally hear you on the like disconnection, because I'm curious if that's there for me too, of like not wanting to use my kid to like soothe me in those times, because I don't want to put those issues onto her.
There's also a part, sorry.
No, go.
It seems like you're still thinking.
No, yeah, go.
Okay. There's also a part where I've spent enough time in my life having to suppress what's going on, hide what's going on, change what's going on in me in those hard moments, that I know that if I were to engage with my kids more fully in those moments, I would probably come out of it a little bit. Like I probably would have like a mood shift.
Yeah.
And so I wonder how much of it is like, no, I just need to keep feeling this sadness, or I just need to stay with this grief. And like, I resent anything that's trying to pull me out of it when it feels all consuming.
Yeah.
And that feels gross. Like that feels bad to say.
And it's so real.
Yeah.
Of those like yeah, because like you want to commit to the feeling and stick with it, and I don't know if it's I'm picturing those moments for myself where, and like you said the word resent, and I think that is like so relevant. That's so, when we are in these low capacity seasons, that at least I'll speak for myself, I find myself resenting some of the needs of my kid and resenting the fact that like I am the one that's carrying so much of that, and just really wanting that load to feel light, like everything, like the load just feels so heavy.
Isn't it? I think it's Brene Brown it's not her thought,
Yeah.
but she's the one who presented the idea that resentment is actually a function of envy, not anger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it is in that moment. It's like, yeah, I'm like envious that your world is not collapsing around you.
Yes.
And that's what feels like it's happening for me.
Yeah, and whether it's like envy of my partner or envy of my kid, like
Yeah.
those times where I like feel of just like, yeah, which again doesn't feel great.
No, it feels fucking awful.
Feels pretty gross.
And it's real.
Yeah, and it's
what's
here.
I'm glad we talk about
I
it,
know.
but holy moly, sometimes it means looking in the mirror. And I know that if I'm saying it out loud, somebody else has the opportunity to hear it and say, maybe I'm not a monster. Because
Yeah.
I feel this too.
Because I am envious of the love that my child is receiving, even
Right.
when they are doing things that makes me not want to give it to them, or I'm envious of my partner who is carrying less of this emotional load, or at least it feels that way at times.
And I wonder too, because this is like going deep, but potentially tender. As we do in conscious parenting, I wonder if I resent the fact that they feel safe enough to come to me in those moments where they can tell I'm like kind of spinning out, but they still feel safe enough to come to me and ask for what they need, because I still don't feel that. I don't feel that with anybody. I am hypervigilant in like the minute I feel ice, from the minute I can pick up on somebody's pricklies, all my needs disappear. They are no longer relevant. So I wonder if that feels more true. It feels more at that level.
Yeah.
I didn't get to do that. And that now I still have to, and I still have to, like, I have to perform the same survival function. I have to perform the same adaptive function of suppress my stuff to care for somebody else's needs. That's what I had to do in a child, like when I was a child as well, was suppress my own to care for somebody else's needs.
Yeah.
And that's the parentification part that's in there too.
And it's really hard being in that bridge.
And that's what I don't want the kids to be carrying.
Yeah.
So, no wonder it's like a tornado.
Yeah.
Oh, this feels big. And
it's so hard
to your hands. Spinning.
It's so hard to be in that like bridge generation for this. And not to say like our kids also won't be part of that bridge generation. Like it doesn't all land on us, but to offer the things that you never got is painful sometimes. And and the resentment does come up in that, I think. I feel that so much. Yeah. Gross. Thanks for saying it out loud. Barf.
Barf.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me. Thanks for giving me a grounding hand. God. Yeah.
And like that is what makes parenting in crisis feel so hard. I think.
Well, because there's so much of the crisis that we all experienced as kids, because it was kid crisis, because it was crisis in a child's package, because our world feeling like it was falling apart was not validated when it was happening. It's all unresolved too.
Swept under the rug.
Yeah. Hence, like, there's so much more of the, like, I need to be with this and I need to feel the crisis all the way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I'm finally allowed to, kind of.
And then, like, resenting the fact when you can't.
Yeah. And I'm grateful for, what am I grateful for? I am trying to make it less gross. Like, I'm feeling the, like,
soften it.
I'll just feel, And I think it's allowed to be bumpy and
because like the reality is too is that we are talking about it and we're still trying to show up in alignment in these
Yeah.
moments, and we're coming back when we're not.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's allowed to be so messy.
We're trying to slow down the solutioning. We're trying to sit longer with what happens when you have the best of intentions and there's still a negative impact.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Thanks for being in the
Yeah.
sludge. This feels like
The ugly parts. Ugly parts included.
I feel like sandpaper. Wow.
Yeah, that's intense.
A lot of this ties to our last episode of holding the container of now, because I would say that's like one of the biggest supports.
Yeah.
If it's available to you.
Mm-hmm.
If you are so privileged to have a community. How lovely it's been to, when I am at no battery whatsoever, hey guys, we're gonna get in the car and go to Becky's.
Yeah.
Hey guys, somebody's gonna be at the house today again. Because
that's where we're at.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're real grateful
Same.
that it's not just me.
Uh-huh.
And I just want to share that.
Yes, please. I know exactly which one, because oh my god, your big Henry is just like magic. Oh god. Okay, go.
When I was over at your house, one of these moments where I was like, guys, we just gotta go. And we were just over at your house, and you and I were doing totally our own thing.
We were like lighting candles and doing like little.
We were doing a little spoopy ritual.
Yeah, like a little ritual.
Sort. Yep.
And I think the kids were watching TV or something, and like watching TV and like playing all over the house.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. It was a dynamic situation, but they were doing their kid things, and we were doing ritual at the table. And the way your house is set up, they could see us if they just looked over. And Big Henry comes from the living room where he was in towards, I think he was just coming to the kitchen to come.
He was going to get a snack,
Something like that. And just as he's coming up in like the flattest tone ever, he goes, I love seeing you guys.
I love seeing you too.
I love seeing you too. Yeah, that's how he said. I love seeing you too. And what was that?
What do you mean?
I just love seeing you two together.
Yeah, that's it, together.
And then he gave us this little, like, just gesturing towards whatever
it was that we were doing.
Yep.
And then grabbed a snack and went on his merry way.
Yep. And it's just
and like, if you know Big Henry, you know that this kid,
there's zero performance.
Yeah, there's zero performance. None of that was for us.
No.
That was truly just like his sincere observation, sincere feeling of just like, I just love seeing you too.
Yeah.
Oh God, what a gift.
Yeah.
What a gift to like give that to our kids of like what relationship with friends can be.
Yeah.
But then also what a gift to receive that from your kid.
Yeah. And that's one of those areas where it's like, I can allow myself to receive that because I know he wasn't doing that to make me feel better, to help me feel better, because he thought I needed to hear it. That was just a seed that sprouted.
Yeah.
In this really nice moment for it to have sprouted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was just great.
Those moments are so nice. When you can see all those little things coming through.
Mm-hmm.
And like, of just them seeing the whole picture.
Mm-hmm.
Or them accessing empathy that you've offered them.
Mm-hmm.
Or accessing different tools that you've modeled and shown and done, and like seeing how it's integrated into just like their being is so cool.
Yeah. And like that, that would be an example of like a glimmer that it could sit with and allow it, invite it to expand into a glow.
Like you can resource from that, because that was like deep within it. Like that was a really hard day. That was a really, really hard day, and then that moment happened, and it was just like,
it stopped time just the same.
Mm-hmm.
It still glimmered.
Yeah.
Undeniably.
It's like that little book that I have, the Just One Little Light.
Mm.
It's like, especially in the dark, that like sometimes it's just that one little light that we
Yeah.
need to like ground into. And I think
it's not
yeah.
the toxic positivity
No.
of saying, oh, only focus on the one little light. There is a light. No, it's just saying that
No, the whole page
Yeah,
could be dark,
it's
but
never 100%.
yeah, even when it feels like it.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I think that's what I was trying to say earlier too, when I was like, you know, not to go all gratitude and delight, but like
Yeah.
when I was in those really hard times, but finding those little moments to
Yeah.
anchor into.
Yeah, and like even if you move it into somatic kind of practice, there's a lot of, you know, if you're someone who's experiencing chronic pain, okay, can you find 1 square millimeter of your body that feels pleasure or feels ease or feels comfort? And just, you know, just even just acknowledging that that's true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, probably 1 square millimeter
Of my
is not
body.
in pain right now.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes a difference.
Oh, and sometimes that's all you get is 1 square millimeter.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that's all you can let in, and that's enough.
Mm-hmm. It's enough to break up that rigidity.
Yeah.
Of
all or nothing.
It is a 0.
Yeah.
And not a 1.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just something to help you move, bring movement back in, bring psychological flexibility.
Yeah.
back in.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Because gosh, just so like, I always want to just like, all or nothing, black and white, good and bad.
Yeah.
In those moments.
Yeah.
And so.
Well, and especially if you're in a crisis that's demanding that you start moving in novel ways. It's so makes so much sense to want to shift back into, you know, the comfort of familiarity.
Of safety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it's harmful patterning,
Mm-hmm.
it's familiar and so it's safer. Ugh. Yeah.
Well, how you doing, friend? You okay?
You know?
In this moment, after this chat.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's nice to be, like, the fact that we're having the chat means that I'm doing better.
Yeah. Like
than
you really
I was
were.
a few days
You were
ago.
even open to.
Yeah.
Like you were like, this feels relevant. Let's do this episode today.
And pretty conscious. I want it to be a thing where we show up in the thick of it.
Mm.
Yes, we could have paused. I could have asked for that and I know it would have been fine.
Yeah.
I don't want to because people don't get to pause the parenting. And it's not from a place of obligation. It's from a place of, I know this is important and if I can, I want to.
Yeah.
Because also record keeping.
Yeah.
For myself.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
And not shutting out the things that bring joy.
Mm-hmm.
And this definitely brings joy.
I know.
So I don't want to ice it out.
Yeah, it's just like it makes Pretty Conscious so relevant and relatable for us to not wait until we have like the completed pretty ending. You know, that we're not waiting until we know how it's going to turn out before we start talking about it.
Yeah. We're talking the frameworks from within the framework.
Yeah. Building the plane as we fly it.
And I think that's a unique perspective. And I think no part of what we're doing, what we're talking about is like to help us feel better about the messy parts necessarily.
Yeah.
Other than just like reducing the stigma and the shame around, oh, I must be the only one thinking these things or struggling and not being able to find a way through.
Yeah.
Or not have a clear path.
And I am still allowed to connect within the mess. That's like one of the things that I love about being able to talk about it and talk about all of the things from within is that we are talking about it within the mess. And so we are connecting and finding connection within that. And that speaks to that, like, good enoughness. Like I am still worthy of connection, even when it's not perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think just having a model of, I'm not operating at my cognitive best right now because nervous system things and
Yeah.
sleep things and whatever. And modeling that, like, I don't need to withhold the support and the resourcing of having these conversations because I'm not at my best.
Yeah.
It's okay. If I have a less coherent, if we have a less coherent episode
Yeah.
because of it, okay, that's real life.
Yeah.
And
How human.
guess what? I still have to go home and parent.
I know.
And I still came from being at home and parenting. And
Yeah.
I still had to go do my job today. And I'm still allowed to have the resources and the support that is available. And that's what this feels like to me. And also, if possible, I want to still provide that
Yeah.
for other people.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
yeah. Just going right off.
I know.
on tangent.
No.
Thanks for having this messy
Yeah.
conversation with me and not tying it up all pretty at the end.
Yeah.
Does this feel?
Yeah, it feels.
feel
I
good?
think it's. I think it.
Do you
I
feel
feel
good?
great,
Are
Lindsay.
you feeling
This was.
fantastic
I
right
feel
now?
so good. No, it feels complete for like this, and that like it's completely incomplete. But
And I can't wait to see what my thoughts are next episode.
I know.
Like when we record next.
Yeah.
This feels like there's a lot of stuff here that is going to continue to percolate
Mhm.
through my mind
Mhm.
over the next little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious what it will be like to listen to this episode back.
Yeah. Hey, we did our first ice cream date episode.
Yes, let's talk of the elephant in the room. We're recording from a car. And
Becky Lindsay lore is that we often is at Cold Stone about halfway between our houses. We live 30 minutes away from each other. So about halfway between our houses is the Cold Stone, and we often meet here for little one-on-one ice cream dates so that we can both sneak away for an hour and a half or 2 hours and we'll come here. And so it just felt right to do at least one episode.
Yeah.
Because this is kind of where it started, was like,
yeah, this is where the conversations were happening.
Yeah.
With the fogged up windows in the car.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
So yeah, we ate our ice cream and then recorded. That was great.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of our harder conversations are like, hey dude, do you have any availability to come? Can you steal away from ice cream?
Yeah. Yeah, that's like a lot of them are in those moments when we're having a hard time, so we reach up for the ice cream date.
Yeah, I love it. It feels good.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can do more.
I know.
We'll see how this one turns out.
See how it goes. We got our lights turned off on us halfway, but that's okay.
Yeah. All good. I kind of love it.
I know.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks
for sharing. Bye.
Hey, we know time is hard to come by. Thanks for spending some of yours with us. And remember, you can always reach out. We're real people and we're interested in what's real for you too. Do you have questions or feedback? Anything you'd like to hear a chat on? Check the show notes for where to find us.